Hello everyone, welcome to jobskillshare.org. Just a few days ago, we started this new feature that we are working on right now, and it is almost completed. And then we made some voting right here. We asked a lot of our members. We will be offering dedicated physical server to members for 30 days, and this server will have 64 GB RAM and 500 plus SSD. And then you will what options you want to see in our first demos or even in our production type of products. So a lot of people went for VMware Vsphere. So this is like a hypervisor, like you put it on the system hardware, and then it becomes like its own operating system on it. Or do you want Hyper-V? We have a lot of people for that too. But 58% is definitely the winner over here. Now what we are going to do, we are going to actually provide Hyper-V, vSphere, and VirtualBox almost in the same box. So the main point of this is not a offer to a business user. This is not an offer to a developer. This is not an offer to a company. This is an offer, and this is a product designed keeping in mind that you are an IT pro and you're just going to go into the server and you will practice to learn these technologies. And also by using one technology, you will learn other things like server related stuff, like inside that. So this is exactly what's going on in the business world. Some people are using Hyper-V, and this is a great margin right here, because a lot of people in reality, a lot of people are using VMware to support Windows products inside the virtual machines. Like they have, so you have Windows inside the VMware. So this means that as an admin, you need to know VMware stuff, because that's like your core. This is where your domain controllers are running from. So if something is wrong with your VMware, you really need to know how to troubleshoot it. So a lot of people are also using Hyper-V. So they may be using both, like Hyper-V, and then they have everything Windows. This is going to be mostly like Microsoft environment. So that's exactly what we are doing right now, looking at your data, looking at your request, and I want to show you how this is going to happen, because one of the hardest thing providing something like that would be more of like direct access, and each machine, because it's a dedicated machine, then each machine has its own IP address, and it becomes harder to provide that as a for customers. Like you will be purchasing the product. After that, what happens and how you access it. And not only that, it's not just basically giving you the access and boom, you have the access and do whatever you want to do kind of thing. It is exactly like you want to learn. So we want to make things a little easier, because one of the hard things you will come across, if you have a direct access to vSphere that by IP address, then how are you going to download your ISOs? And then if you do download it, you let's say log in through your IP from your computer at home, then you're going to be downloading it from your system and then uploading it to our system. That is going to be an issue, because things are 1 GB, 3 GB, 2 GB, it doesn't matter. I mean, some of the ISOs are 4 GB, so you're not going to be putting 4 GB into our system from your system. It is just not going to work. So this way we came up with one solution, one portal where you just log in and everything is already downloaded for you, and if you need more, you just download it on one system. And also when you upload that ISO to the vSphere from your system, that the one that you're using from us, then it's going to be very, very quick, rather than you putting it on our system from your internet. So this way, the solution was a little harder when I was thinking about this, because we had a different solution before, and I was like, okay, we got to use the same solution. So how is this going to work? First of all, I know you're super confused right now, so let me explain it a little bit, because we are doing this for learning. This is not just to say, oh, we got a product and we're done. This is mainly for learning, okay? So here's the deal. You have your computer right here. This is your computer from your home, and you want to learn about the vSphere, VMware, or Hyper-V, and you want to practice inside a huge lab, a big lab, where you can do everything else also, like Windows servers and stuff like that. And this is what we are going to provide you. This is going to be your server right here. So what you will do is basically when you purchase it from your home through the browser, so let's say this is your browser, you're going to see our login, and this is where you will see the login. You will put the username and password, and instantly you will get access to this server. Now this server, you're getting access, but you're actually accessing it through a small Windows machine. So this machine is a Windows machine, or it could be Linux, it doesn't matter. So when you log into it, you're going to be using the local this server access, because it's a local IP addresses, and this machine is going to give you access to everything inside right here. And that is exactly what I was talking about, because if you have to directly get access from this vSphere because of that IP address, then you have to download 4 GB of ISOs and CDs on your computer first, and then you have to upload it right here. Makes no sense, right? So why do that when we can do it easy? So first we can easily control like the username and passwords over here, and then you will log in here to this machine, and after that you're going to be able to get access to it. Now this could have been done by like using some type of remote tools and all that. So there's an issue with that, because you have to either do it you download it, or you need some codes and all that. We don't want to get into that. We just want to get into simply powerful web-based login. That is it. We want to make it simple, because then you can go anywhere in the world, open the browser, and just log into your vSphere and keep practicing it. That is exactly what we are going to do right here. So let me show you in practice, in practical way, how it's going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and open my machine. So after, when you log into the machine, this is exactly, you will see, you'll get access to your server, and we are going to actually put everything for you. So this is going to be your local vSphere. You're just going to open it. We'll make it even more easier. This is just a demo. So when you open it this way, let's say I'm going to go from the browser right here, and you'll open the browser. You'll type in the IP address, or we may make a shortcut for you already. So let's say this vSphere, the demo one, is basically available. If you guys want to try it, then you will see something like this. So this is exactly how you're going to practice, because we don't want you to practice on a different softwares to get into vSphere. We want you to practice directly on vSphere, so then you learn the real skills. This is exactly what you're going to do at work. So we don't want to change that. With that is exactly why we're giving you this direct access, so you can learn about ESXi and vSphere and all these different features inside. And then inside, because it's such a powerful, it will be like 64 GB RAM over here, 500 SSD. So then here inside you will learn all about Windows operating systems and how to do it, how to move it, all that kind of stuff. So this way it will give you a full training on vSphere. Now people may ask, okay, this is not a complete training, because this is going to give me access to vSphere. What about vCenter? Now, for that, you need to get the labs, and this is something. It's a licensing issue, and we're not going to pay that expensive licenses just for making the vCenter work for this. This is the main reason for this is to give you a powerful lab, so you can learn the basics of VMware and vSphere kind of things, but at the same time you're inside the labs where you're putting domain controllers, SCCM type of labs, and big labs inside one virtual system. So here you have all the practice that you can do it over here. If you want to learn more about the VMware itself, it can go more beyond than this. You will have to get the vCenter, and that is exactly what's available in the practice lab. So you should take that. That's like more of certification. They have everything covered in there. You will see some vCenters over there, and all that practice can be done over there. Okay, so if you want to get access to the SSH, meaning because we already gave you root access to this server, so this means you have full control over this. As long as you don't change passwords, we're good with that. This is all for practice. So you'll just double click on this, and then here you will get the root access. So simply you have a full powerful control over your learning. Now I'm not sure how many people will be using this root access and all that kind of stuff. Most of the people that will get this lab will be either new to IT, like a help desk, and or as new to system admin positions, because most of the people will be trying to learn the domain environment and how to play around with the virtualization, and just with no stopping, because you have such power right there. So this way you will be able to do everything just from one machine. Very easy access, no problem with downloading and stuff. And this is exactly how we're going to give you the access to the servers. And if it's a Hyper-V, it's much easier, because we don't even have to get another machine. You can just we'll get to the Hyper-V directly with one one login. Even though this is also a direct login, but then you're actually accessing vSphere from a web browser inside this machine. So I hope this is clear. I know it's a little confusing in the beginning, but when you get used to it, when you're brand new to IT, this may not make sense to you too much, but when you search around for your own lab equipment, it will make a big sense, because I just did a quote with I'm not gonna say the name of the company. So the 32 GB came out to be $678, and 64 GB came out to be about 800 something, $800 per month. Okay, and similarly with other companies, that when you search it in Google, just type 64 GB and go just a little bit up than 500 SSD, and you will know the prices. And I'm sure either you're going to get scared, or you're just going to buy your own product, or you're just going to use this right here. So this is exactly what we're doing. We're trying to give you guys a little bit more options over here. So because we believe in real IT stuff, and this is reality right here. When it comes to hardware, when it comes to a lot of resources, we have to pay for it, but then we're making it so available to you, our members, so then they're happy, and also it makes us happy because we know it is going to be useful for you. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in our other videos.